Hey, it's your boy Marc Strictly here, and we're here to talk about Strictly Laughter. Yes, Strictly Laughter on Friday the 27th of March. And we've got a massive lineup. We've got Gary DELANEY. Yes, we've got Gary DELANEY from Live at Apollo and Mock of the Week. We've also got KURD, FERN BRADY, Elliot Steel and Kazeem Jamel. I cannot wait. All at the Dugdale Theatre in Enfield. Where'd you get your tickets from? I hear you ask. We get your tickets from www.strictlylaughter.com, where we're on our second release and very, very limited tickets at that. See you soon. Welcome back to Strictly Laughter presents Strictly Banta. Who thinks of all these things? Jesus. Sack him. No, don't sack me. How can I be sacked? But anyway, there you go. So yeah, we're back with the main man, Eliott Steel. Can we have a round of applause for my guy, Eliott Steel? This guy's amazing. I love this guy. Honestly, I love this guy. Met this guy at the Fringe Festival in Edinburgh. Fun enough, I didn't even know he was a comedian, to be honest with you, because I always just met him at the after parties and in the trendy bits, with all the artists. And he looked after me, to be fair. And we just had a few conversations and whatever else. And he was always part of the same sort of crew that I was hanging around with or tried to mingle with. And he just looked after me. And then, I don't know, just became mates. I went and saw a couple of his shows and just loved it. And then we've just been mates ever since. And he looks out for me. So look out for him, please. I really want to boost his well, I can't say boost his career, but I want to put him up there where everyone can say, yeah, this guy, Elliot Steel, watch out for him. And he's going to be at Strictly Laughter on Friday the 27th of March. So make sure you come down and see his stint. Right, okay, so we're going to be talking about, what's my next topic? Let me see if I got it right now. Here we go. Can you forgive and forget? Yes, can you forgive and forget? So this means really scenarios in your life. Okay, scenarios in your life. Which camera are we looking at? Scenarios in your life. Obviously, things happen in your life. Your friend might do something, your girlfriend or your ex or whatever. Something happens. And sometimes you go, well, I can forgive, but I cannot forget. So what in things in life could any of the boys, as we're having like a man chat, any of the boys, what could they actually forgive or forget or even just, well, whatever. Right, so I've got it down. I've got it written down here. Okay, so I'm going to cut to the nitty-gritty. Elliot, are you ready?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. Could you forgive and forget your mate if he had sex with your missus behind your back or even in front of your back? Could you forgive him? Could you forget if your best mate who you love so much, think of your best mate banging your missus? That's not a good thing. Could you forgive and forget him? Nah.
I'm with the girl at the time.
Yeah. Like it's your girlfriend. It's your girlfriend.
No, that's. I don't know. Maybe years down the line, you could be like, I'm over that situation. You could probably view it as that's a good thing that happened. That those people got out of my life.
Yeah.
But I don't think it. So yeah, I suppose you could. You'd have to just view it as right. Those people are out of my life. That's what it cost.
Could you stay with the girl either? Like, no.
That would be the mate thing would.
That would kill it. Yeah. So you'd lose. So I'm not saying right or wrong. I'm just saying. So you'd lose the girlfriend and your best mate.
Yeah, I'd have to.
Yeah.
I'd have to just.
Sad times.
It's out of order.
It is out of order. It is out of order.
Like,
so you couldn't forgive or forget it?
No, I think years down the line, you could forgive and forget it. You could probably view it as one day. But I don't know. Like, you hear people who've been married like 25 years and then the wife runs away with the husband's best mate. Yeah. Then you're like, well, how are you ever meant to just be like cool with that? Yeah. Just all that time, those last few years, they were doing it behind your back. And then, no, I don't know. I think the positive out of it is that two bad people out of your life would have left with each other.
Yeah, for sure. Who do you think you'd be more angry with? The girlfriend or your best mate? And let's say like your girlfriend, you've been with her for say 5 years. I don't know if the duration of the time makes a difference. So you've been with her 5, maybe 10 years, but your best mate, you've known him for like 25 years, or in your case, how old are you now? 23. So just say like 18 years of your life, you've known your mate. Does it make a difference?
I think it would. I think I'd probably be more angry at the mate.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think I'd view the mate as like, you've been flirting with, because like, do you know what? I'd be more inclined to trust my friend if my mate came to me and was like, hey man, just to let you know, your girl's been messaging me. And
sliding into DMs.
Yeah, sliding into DMs. And like, I wouldn't mind my girl messaging my mates. So I'd quite like people to be integrated in my life, you know what I mean? But then if it was to be getting like that, like to the point of flirting and all of that stuff, I would expect my mate to be like to me, like, yo, man, I hate to do this, but this is what your girl's been up to, and if she feels comfortable to do it with me. But like, because that would then stop the idea of why did she feel comfortable doing that? You know what I mean? Like, did you get what I'm saying, Will? Yeah.
What about you, Will? What in your case? What would you could you forgive someone? Could you forget it? Like,
because people cheat, cheat innit?
Yeah.
But to cheat with anyone, but your best mate, that's crazy. There's like what 8 billion people in it out there, innit? So to choose that, you know what I mean? That's a bit.
So you would abandon?
You can't.
You would abandon the girl and the friend, or would you work through it? Would you work through it with the girl and left off your friend? Like, how
girls
would you?
out of it. No, that's it.
Yeah.
Girls gone.
But if you're in love, what about if you're in love with this girl? Like, you love her, like you think she's the one, like you're gonna marry this girl.
I don't mind open relationship. I've done it. Just don't fuck my mate. Right.
And it still tells you how it is.
Like it's. I knew a dude one time. A dude told me, "Here's a situation I came up with one time." Right.
Okay.
And there was a guy I knew. I knew him. Wasn't friends with him.
Sam.
Oh, I'd have never done it with Sam. Come on, fucking battered me. There was a situation I was in. I was like 17. It was at the Fringe, and there was a guy I knew, and his girlfriend kept flirting with me, and I was like, I just knew this dude, and I was like to someone like, would it be wrong? I wasn't gonna go through with it, but would it be wrong if I did it? And I got the worst bit of advice I think I've ever got in it, because this guy told me about he has a friend, and his friend's philosophy is, if I can fuck your girl, that's your problem. It is not a me problem thing. If I go through with it, that's you've done something to your girl. I haven't done. And I was like, he was telling me that as a way of like, go do it. And then I didn't do it because I was at the time, I was like, that advice is terrible. That advice is just like, and also there's no like that just means, you know,
slimy.
Like,
slimy.
There's boys I have in my friendship group who would probably like, all right, so for example, we both know, like certain mutual friends, we both know the same people, but like, say a mate of yours started like having a little jokey flirt with your missus, I'd be cool with that. I wouldn't be like, what the fuck, bro, because that's just insecure. But like, if it was a dude you knew whose philosophy was I will fuck your missus, then it's like, oh no, I can't be cool with this.
I just want them around, like, yeah, because you have people like this, like that look at your missus in a certain way, like oh yeah, she's all right, like the first initial chat with your boy is like, oh, I met this girl, she's really beautiful. Oh yeah, whatever. But then your mate's looking at them, Dixie fried chicken. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nah. So we have to throw this one out the window. Yeah.
Every group of guys has that one friend that you like, you can't trust boys with, but you just don't trust him. You know?
Yeah. And talking about trust, what about if you had could you forgive and forget a friend? Doesn't have to be your best mate, per se, but who nicked, say it was in your house, whatever, nicked 500 quid from your bedroom, or say something like that. Could you forgive and forget them?
Bro, I'd rather he fuck my missus.
For a monkey?
No, I'm kidding. No, because it's not even like any amount of money. You've gone into my room, you've taken something, and now you've put me in the reason I'd be angry is like, you've put me in the position where if I don't do something to you, I now look like anyone can come just take anything from me. Yeah. So now I've got to do, and it's like, I'd probably in my head I'd be like, just rationalize it as they've stole like 500 quid off you. They're out your fucking life. Just fuck them. Do you know what I mean? Like anyone you know around you, anyone with a shred of decency is not going to hang out with that person. But at the same time, you're like, still, I'm probably going to have to, if I see him, I'm probably going to have to hit him. Just out of, but I don't know if I could forgive. I couldn't forgive that.
No. I think definitely have to get some sort of repercussion in a certain, whether it's physical or whatever. It has to
even legal, like
there are other.
I forgot that you could just. I could probably get it back if I called the police.
See how white people do things. Oh, Jermaine was in my house and he stole £500. Oh, Jermaine was arrested 20 minutes later. If it was the other way around, I ring up the police. Sam was round my house. He's a racist so-and-so. Sam was never actually proven to be round the house and cool. Do you know what I mean?
Jermaine's found with 3 gunshot wounds by the police.
With a chicken wing next to him. It must have been him.
I just remember like, oh no, I moved it in my shoebox, didn't I?
Oh, wow. That's wicked. What about yourself, Will and Cam, at social media, man?
No, you can't, because, man, you can't forgive that being as they really violated.
Yeah.
Violated.
Man come in your yard and just... But you've been mates for time. He's been round, like he's had, like your mum or your dad has cooked them dinner. You know what I mean? He come round, summer barbecues. Like he's trusted.
It'd be painful, man.
Oh, man.
Like that's your boy.
That's it, man.
That's your boy.
Because from there it goes up and up and up. You know what I'm trying to say? Girlfriend. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Shit, man. So man can just look at you and go, man says, you know what? I took 500 and I took your girl. Like,
yeah, that totally would be the like. It is. You're right. It's a complete violation.
Gee, I never thought about that. Like,
you've come into my house and then you've gone through my things. You've
gone through your boxer drawer, like.
You've probably,
It's gone through your sock drawer.
just taken, like, you've found out where it's so calculated.
So it's like it's kind of like a man thing, yeah. So basically,
I think even if like I know I've got friends who are girls who are like, not necessarily that someone took money out of a friend who's a girl and she's like, oh, I lent someone like £1,000 and she has a bit of money and she was like, and they just never paid her back and she's just like, she took it as like, they're horrible. They've got to go through life being like that. Like she had to rationalize it in a way of that they've got to go through life being like that, and word gets out. And people are like, that person's a dick. You know.
What's the number? Because I need a grand. I need a grand. And I don't know if I'm going to pay her back either. It's going to ghost her. No, I'm joking, people. I need £800. So, yeah. No. But, yeah, funny you should say that then. So, if you lent your mate then 500 quid and they never paid it back, could you still forgive and forget?
Depends, like, what position. If I was in a position where I was making a lot of money, where, like, 500 quid was still a nice sum of money, but, like... It wasn't. If it was like if I get 500 quid, it's not going to make a difference to my life this way or that way. I would then just be like, they're probably on tough times. They can't pay me back. I'm just going to view it as, man, that's my boy. That's someone in life I've got to
look after.
I look after them. You know what I mean? But like I need to try to show them how to make 500 quid rather than just give them 500 quid.
That's a fucking nice way to put it, actually.
Do you know what I mean? But every group has that, like we were saying, that one boy. Every group also has that one guy. You're like, oh, come on, bro, fucking.
That's me, I think.
That's
me. In my group, I think I had the lowest common denominator. I do so much things, I'm just broke all the time. Yeah. Like I'm just broke. Like I am that guy. To be fair, I feel.
Yeah, but you still put on like Strictly. Do you know what I mean? Like I've got mates who are like. They're like, oh, bro, why is it? And in comedy, it's a little bit different. They might not necessarily be making money. It's like they've got an idea, and you're like, well, you've just got to do the idea, man. Come on, you got to. And they're like, no, I need investment, and you're like, no one's gonna fucking invest in it until you've made it.
Yeah,
like it really is.
100%.
No 100%. And I've only learned that recently. Like that's why I was speaking about someone earlier. Me and you were talking about KURD. K's so on the show.
Yeah.
K's so fucking good at just making shit happen. Like you generally sit there and go like, oh fuck, that's another string to my bow that I've got to learn.
100%. It's all about go-getters, isn't it? Like, you've got to be a go-getter in this time and age. Like, and I think when you're talking about ideas, when I had this idea, my best mate, right? I mean, I come out of loads of ideas, and my best mate's my personal trainer. And I remember saying to him after about 1,000 other ideas, I'm gonna start doing a comedy show. And he was like, oh, I've heard, like, I mean, like, after, and I was like, no, but I've already done it. To be fair, I only told him when I already sort of got the venue and all that, so I was already in place. And when he came to it, he was like, he was really surprised.
Yeah.
But when we talk about business and that, people do think that you might need like $100,000 investment and all that, and sometimes it's just about get it done. So like with my thing, I just went to the venue, said I'm going to try and get this person. I had a vision in my head, and right, with 3 people, like three nights in, and to be honest with you, like it's working well. Do you know what I mean? It's doing really, really well. And a lot of people who are more experienced than me are like looking at me thinking, shit, do you know what I mean? Like, how's this guy come on the scene and start blazing? And that's what you got to do. You got to have that passion. But if it's just an idea and you have no passion in you or no like get go, it'll just always be an idea. So what I'm just trying to say to people who are listening, if you've got an idea, go for it. Don't be discouraged by anyone or anything. Because if it doesn't work out, it doesn't matter.
In your head, it's always the finished product.
Yes.
Like that's what I always find the problem is. Like always in my head, I'm like, oh, it needs to be this. But then the reality is it's just kind of making something and like getting into a position where someone goes, oh, okay, I can see what you're trying to do there. And like, even when you get told like, hey, this isn't for us, but like keep at it. You're like, okay, cool. Well, now, but like I'm still doing something my way. Do you know what I mean?
But it's like how you have conversations. I mean, you help me out a lot, you know what I mean? And Elliott's always honest with me. Sometimes goes around the bush a little bit, because he doesn't want to patronise me. And I never feel patronised because I'm learning myself. So I feel open to asking any stupid questions. But Elliott would say to me, "Oh nah, no, that won't work," or "I don't feel that." But you've always been encouraging.
Yeah,
because I've got ideas and it might work, but maybe not for you particularly. But
that's it. Like when you took me, because you were looking at venues one time and you just brought me along,
and
I was just there, and it was just kind of like, I could see what you're trying to do, but it was like, to be honest, man, you don't need it to be this, and this. You just need this. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I mean. Everyone has that where in your head it's like, oh, what I want to make is this, and then you get there and you're like, actually, that's not gonna work. Like,
but you need someone. I think you need someone in your life like that. You need someone to be like, who took the time out like yourself. We met up for a meeting or whatever you want to call it. And you saw my vision in a sense, and it wasn't raining on my parade. You just were saying, you don't have to do it so big. And my best friend as well, Chris, he will say this as well. Mike always thinks too big, like in a sense, not too big, but like as you said, it's the art. So for me, when I wanted to start Strictly Laughter, our first gig was in the O2 Arena, mate. It's like scale it down to the Dugdale Centre, mate.
Me and my dad were having this conversation the other day about how like. Well, I always call it the Field of Dreams effect, where people go like, "Oh, if you build it, they will come," like, and that's not what happens at all. Even as you know, even if you get a big name, you've still the big name isn't gonna necessarily tweet and go, "I'm on here." Yeah. They're gonna go, "Yeah, I'll do your gig," and then you've got to promote it. You've got to 100%. Let people know that they're there.
It's hard.
And yeah, exactly. And then so there was this there was these people up like Crystal Palace near where I live, and my dad was like going to do a benefit for them because they'd lost some money on something, whatever. My dad was like, and there's a lot of comedians who live in Crystal Palace.
Someone nicked £500.
They wish it was just 500 quid.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. They were like,
there's a lot of money.
They lost a lot of money. These like businesses tried to do this idea, it didn't come off.
Okay.
And my dad was like, they were like, we want to do it at this hall down near Crystal Palace. And my dad's like, just all I said to you, he was like, that's not really a good room for comedy. A lot of the other comedians are going, that's not a good room. It's also filling that room round here is difficult. They went, your best bet is probably to do a benefit at the Comedy Store, because then the promotion isn't so much that people will look on they'll see a benefit, it's just got a bit of clout. People will go to it. And look, we can tweet about it anyway. The person doesn't listen. And his original thought was he wanted to do it in this like 1,200 seater. And my dad was just trying to say to him like, mate, you're not gonna get 1,200 people come into this. Like you're just. But in his head, he was like, no, I will. Like he'd never promoted a thing before. He's like, but once I put these names and these names on, 1,200 people come in like, no, dude, because it will be on a Tuesday and someone will be like, I'd like to go to that, but I've got to take kids to school in the morning.
100%.
Like that's what happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. It's nuts because people think comedy is easy, and I've been blessed so far.
People think promotions.
Yeah,
easy.
100%. And I mean this lineup is a killer lineup. I'm not just saying it. It's I think anyone in the industry will look at that and go, that is a top line. Yeah, it's a top lineup, and it's not any easier to sell. It's still you still got to go out there and tweet, and you got to hope that yourself and everyone else tweets it, or it's hard because at the end of the day, once you're booked or once the artist is booked, they don't really care. They just want to be booked. Let's just be real about it. So when you're like there atting them, when you're there atting them, I mean, you've not even retweeted my thing yet.
Oh, I don't know.
That's my own friend.
I don't even tweet my own gigs.
He did last week though. To be fair, I was looking. I was like, bastard.
No, but this is something.
But it's hard. No, but what we say, it's hard to promote because it doesn't matter. I could have like I don't know, more names on there or more acts or whatever. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a banger. Like in the sense that it's going to be sold out. And you have to put the work in. You have to put the work in.
And your gig has to have the credibility of it's a good night.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? That's another big thing. Like when you look at like a lot of the top clubs, most of them just have a thing of like credibility. Like if you play the Comedy Store, like when you play like a gig like the Comedy Store, there's like a pressure on you because they're just kind of like, don't overrun. Like we got all these acts on and stuff, and they're like, you can't have a bad show while everyone else has an exceptional show. Like say everyone went on and it was just bad, you might be like, something was in the air with the audience tonight. The audience just didn't go for this show for some reason, or say the audience just didn't quite go for you for some. But I mean, if you had a bad set, like certain clubs would just be like, nope, we've got you're affecting our credibility.
So they won't book you again. You were saying.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But that's the standard that you're held to as a professional. Like it's like in anything really. That's the standard. Or you'd probably get another chance. You know, say you did, but like a lot of gigs are like, say you're doing like 3 gigs for a club over the weekend. One night can go probably like you'd get away with if one night went okay. If it just went well, but then and you had like another load of great shows. But then, say you just had a weekend of like, they wouldn't probably get you in as quickly.
Of course not.
They'd probably be like, all right, maybe.
But why? Sure. But why is it so hard in the modern day for artists like yourself and everyone else to support the promoter? So because I've been tweeting this, right, and only the person that's retweeted it, Gary DELANEY done it once, so thank God to him, and Kazeem done it a couple times.
Oh, I forgot about. I just didn't.
No, you just haven't done it.
I just haven't done it.
You just haven't done it, and I'm on your case.
Do you want me to do it now?
You could do it right now.
Oh, fucking.
Have you got your phone? Like, take a picture of this, right?
I don't even think I follow you on Twitter.
Fuckery.
But this is my thing. Yeah. I don't really use Twitter, innit?
No, not Twitter. Instagram. You don't.
Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram.
Oh, I'm always on that.
Yeah, I know you are. That's what I'm saying. Last week I knew where he was.
Fair play. I did put it up on my story one time.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I absolutely
have done. You didn't. You've never done it.
Absolutely have done.
You haven't.
I absolutely have done.
You haven't, brother.
Yeah, I've got a message from you saying cheers, buddy, from me sharing it.
Have I?
Yeah. Go fuck yourself.
White privilege.
The difference is if you make 15 fucking stories, I'm not going to share all.
But that's what I'm hoping you do.
That's what Mark's thing is. He wanted me to share. All Mark wants my Instagram feed to be is his fucking gig.
Was it hopeless romantic?
Jesus Christ.
So I actually messaged you. Oh my God. I actually messaged you. Let me see. Saying cheers, bud. Did I say that? When did I say that? I'm looking now.
No, you definitely have. I've got it here.
No, where's it say? Yeah, where's it say on your thing? What date? You're talking shit, man.
I'm not talking shit.
No worries, man. No.
Let's see, let me get it up here.
No, see, you didn't. You haven't.
Here we go. Cheers, buddy.
Where is it?
Look at the camera. right there from where I promoted it.
Well, when did you promote this though?
On 25th of January.
January?
Yeah.
Hey, it's your boy Marc Strictly here, and we're here to talk about Strictly Laughter. Yes, Strictly Laughter on Friday the 27th of March. And we've got a massive, massive lineup. We've got Gary DELANEY. Yes, we've got Gary DELANEY from Live at Apollo and Mock of the Week. We've also got KURD, FERN BRADY, Elliot Steel and Kazeem Jamel. I cannot wait. All at the Dugdale Theatre in Enfield. Where'd you get your tickets from? I hear you ask. We get your tickets from www.strictlylaughter.com, where we're on our second release and very, very limited tickets at that. See you soon.
Where? So like 3 weeks ago, I promoted this.
What? And I said what? I said cheers where? On what? On
Cheers, buddy. Cheers, buddy. What? That's you. Strictly Laughter.
In January. Hasn't come up.
That's not me then. That's not my
fault. Yeah, I see it. I see it. 25th, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's February now, bro. What do you mean? What do you think anyone remembers that? It's the 25th. It's a whole month. I would like another retweet.
What,
do you know what I mean? Or whatever it is.
Has it not sold out?
No, I've got I bet there's a lot of people go, I'd love to promote. It's easy. Just get one.
Oh man, people. The worst ones is like you'll be doing some gig like in the middle of a place, and they'll be like, "Hey guys, could you all retweet the gig?" But like as an act, sometimes you are like, "Well, look, to be real, you're kind of like the promoter's job is promote." But acts will usually, if they want to do a gig and stuff, will be like, "Cool, I'm here this weekend just to let people know I'm up here." But like, whenever you get, I don't know, certain people who. I think it happens with bigger acts, and it's like a bigger act. I imagine the philosophy would be like, why am I gonna? Your job is to drive traffic to your gig. Mm-hmm. My job is to sell tickets. So I'm just coming to do the gig, but I want to sell my ticket. I'm touring there in 4 months, so I don't want people to come. Mm-hmm. And do you get what I'm saying? I don't want to divert my traffic to something where I'm not gonna take the money from the tickets.
No one's going to the Dugdale. Like, to be honest with you, like. In 4 months' time, like
no, you'll be fine.
I'll be
your
fine.
Gig sells well.
It sells out.
Yeah,
it's sold out since we started. All our gigs are sold out.
But that's because you know how to promote.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
That's because you do things like this. But there are promoters out there. There are people out there who start a gig, and they'll get like this is the thing. You know, is in London. If you set up a gig in London, you can get good acts. You can get like that's a ridiculous lineup, but you can get like big name acts to drop in. But you've still got to
get people there.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. So once you guys are booked in that, like I guess you kind of already said it. You kind of moved on from that until the last week. Then that's when you might push it. I mean, we've only got like 40 tickets left, and then we're sold out.
Right. And that's in a month's time.
Yeah, but I still need to. In my head, I'm not like I could say 2 a day. Like in my head, I'm like, nah, I need to get these tickets done, sold.
Yeah.
I still need to sell our June, a birthday one. I need to because if I put out my June one now, no one's gonna.
But the best promotion for your gig is the gig. It's like if you have, I don't know this from doing it. Well, I don't know in Edinburgh. I do find it is reviews.
Yeah, no one comes to our thing and does.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but no one would come. I find people who go to review a comedy show night a bit, but like people coming to review a show. So what was my point? Is that like in Edinburgh, but one of the best things is if you have a good show, the audience leave and go, that was a good show, and they chat to other people in the bar and they go, no, do you know what's worth going to see? This is and that's like the best thing for your gig is when that will go well and people go, yeah, I want to come back to that. That was good fun.
Yeah, of course.
And that's the best thing.
Do you see? You know, my philosophy is about getting big names because a lot of people don't want to go into central London to find them, so we try and bring the big names to you. Do you think that actually even works? I mean, in a sense of, could you just do it with like up and comers, like being in the first year of their career? Could you really like smash it with that?
Maybe like there's gigs like but that's what circuit gigs are. Like if you go and look at the Comedy Store, a lot of the time no one's gonna know anyone who's on there, but it's the Comedy Store.
That's the thing. It's Mecca.
And it's difficult to get in. Like as an act, it's difficult to get into.
It is the Mecca, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like the Comedy Store is the Mecca.
But then there'll be somewhere like, although saying that, like there's a gig called Bearcat that runs that's really good fun, but they will occasionally, because they've been established so long, they will occasionally have like Homage and Lily drop in. They will have people just come in, but I think it's a mixture of both. I think it's having a good gig, and if you have a good gig, big names acts will just come down and do it. Top Secret in London, that's what happens.
They do all the time. I get an email from them all the time, and they like, oh, someone's gonna be here. Like,
yeah, they're not really meant to tell people, but they fucking do.
Yeah, they say for £5, come down. It's gonna be a top act,
and that's because it's in my opinion like the best like gig in the country at the moment. Like if you
Top Secret,
yeah, if you play Top Secret, man, you're gonna have one of the best gigs of your life.
What makes a good gig, please? Is it the audience, or like? Because I heard that like it's a good room. What does that mean?
Like if the room is good for, you want low ceiling audience around you, but it's like packed. Do you know what I like? I like comedy to feel like it's. This is just me personally. I like to feel like it's illegal. I like to walk down some stairs and you get into a place and it's kind of weird and everyone's slightly uncomfortable. And then someone goes on and the lights go and it's like, boom, now we're in a fucking comedy club and there's just like this rapturous laugh. That's a good room. But that being said, if you play like, when I've been fortunate enough to do like theatre gigs on like tour support and stuff like that, I supported Theo Von, right? And when I was doing that and I went out, it was like 2,000 people at Shepherd's Bush Empire. And that was like, wow, this is a different kind of fun. This is a different
feel.
But that being said, I've done a few big rooms. I still think that comedy club rooms are just, when they're purpose built, they're the best thing about for comedy.
Is it? I mean, I hear this a lot. I mean, about Strictly, thank God, in a good way. It's a good room.
Yeah, because the back of the room goes up like that, and you've still got people around you, but the stage, there's still a stage. So do you get?
Does that? Because a lot of venues I speak to, right, they always go to me, "There's no need for a stage," and I'm like, "Listen, a performer needs to walk onto a stage to feel like there's like it's kind of a mental thing."
Yeah.
Could that be rather than just walking onto a floor? I'm not talking about
stage.
I'm not talking about a stage as a theatre, like a proper theatre where you walk onto a stage and then you look out. I'm not talking about that because that's just like one floor, but it's still a stage you're looking at. I'm talking about it's not purpose built, so it's like you just walk onto a flat floor.
Yeah,
but
I've done things like that. They're all right, but I do like walking onto. The reason a stage is good is because it elevates you. It takes you to
above
the audience and allows everyone to see you. That's why a stage is good. Mm-hmm. Like there is kind of I'd say like the best purpose built room is the London Comedy Store. Manchester's a nightmare, but London Comedy Store, the way the audience sort of go up and around, and have you been?
Yeah, I was there yesterday.
Yeah, he was there yesterday. Yeah, and it's just like. And the bar is over here. Like the bar's small. It's second nature. Like this is the main. Mm-hmm. But there's still other great. Like Birmingham Glee has a great room. It's very different, but it's still a great room because it's just audience around you.
When comedians get booked, do they care about how many people? Because as in the audience, like in a sense of capacity. So say like me as a promoter. I want to go bigger and better. I want to do 200, then I want to do 350, then I want to do 5. But there's some places in London, obviously, that can only cater. Say like the Top Secret. I don't know the legit numbers, but I think one of the rooms, I think upstairs holds about maybe 50.
No, the upstairs room can do about 100.
Is it?
Over 100, I think.
Upstairs?
Yeah, they just curtain bits of it off.
Oh, okay, all right. So just say when they've curtained it off, just say for one reason they've curtained it off, and it's 50 people in it. Do acts go, 50 people tonight?
No, it depends.
Or it's just about the money.
No, it's not about the money. If you would rather do a gig. I'll tell you this, right? So me and Jamali Maddox were out in Switzerland, yeah, and we were doing these gigs, and on who the fuck is messaging? Sorry. So it's generally Instagram because I put your post off my phone.
Blame me.
So. We were doing this gig in Geneva, yeah, and just hadn't been promoted quite right, and there was like 20 people in. Mm-hmm. 20 people in this 150 seater. But these 20 people were so much fun to perform to. They were so good that
It didn't matter.
That it didn't matter. That I'd rather perform to those 20 and it be fun than 120 and it be all right. And I had that with next day we went and did a gig in Basel, and it was all right. It was a full room, but it was all right. It was just all right. And it was like, oh, but last night to those 20 was so fun, and those 20 people leave going like, that was great. There was only 20. But that being said, I've done gigs before like where you walk out and they're like, oh, there's only 15 in tonight. Like, and that's because someone's promoted something wrong and done something, or something's fucked up, and you walk out and you just are like, all right, cool. Like,
could you? I know, like in the garage scene or in music or DJing and that. I mean, if you turn up and there was 15 people, you just go,
I ain't going on.
And I'm gonna take my money and I'm gone because you already put me, or you already paid back. Like, it's 15 people, bro. I can't do an hour set.
We can't. We don't do that. We can't do that in comedy, I don't think. But I can totally understand. The difference is like music is completely on the promoter, or like, sort of. But like, I went to see for some reason I was in Bristol when we decided to go see So Solid Crew, innit? Well, what remains of them? Yeah.
So Crew.
Yeah, the three of them that turned up. And had 21 seconds to go about 8 times.
Oh my God. Who was the rewind? No one.
The amount of times I had to go here for a Sambuca at a garage. You're like, play a different. There's not like 6 songs, you know. But I generally left there right going like, did they only have the one laptop? Because we never saw anyone like a couple of DJs would come on and stuff, like even Artful Dodger and stuff like that were coming on, and it were just doing like the same tunes, and I was like, they gotta have the same. Something's fucked up where they just have the same.
It could have been down to the promoter saying you can't. It depends how big this thing was.
Really? It was big. It's huge.
So it was a huge gig.
It was in Bristol. I forget what. It's like a huge venue in Bristol.
Oh, the venue was big. No, I'm talking about maybe the promoters, like if they were a big name, but they would. A promoter might say if it's a big thing, might say you can't play this certain tune, or or if it's back to like a certain era. So say you can only play old school. Right. That's why people might play the same repetitive tunes.
Oh, okay.
But I must admit, I've worked at a Garage Nation Festival, and I gigged there last year. And the year before that, I was like, I don't even know what the name was. But basically, I used to write down all the songs that someone would play, and then tell the DJ who's coming on that this DJ's played this.
Yeah, right.
Don't repeat it. So then you don't get, mate, I've had some boat for, you know what I mean? You don't get that. So it's fresh and it's new.
I ended up going home.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, mate.
I know. I'm shooting off with my missus. I was like, this is just, why the fuck am I listening to this again? And then, but yeah, that's different because the luxury you have in comedy is like, if I ever turn up to a place and a promoter was like to me, like, can you not do this? Can you not do that? I'd be like, well, you booked me, so you get what I decide to do. I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I can understand if they were like. One time I turned up to Best of the Fest in Edinburgh, but it was the daytime one. They booked me for the daytime one for some reason, and I turned up and there was loads of kids in there, and I was like, I can't swear, can I?
You can't even say half of your jokes.
Yeah. I know. So I was, and they were like cool there, and they were like really. The booker was really appreciative that I went on. And I didn't just go like, I'm gonna do what I just chatted to him a little bit and went.
No, you're a professional, true professional.
Like, so I went off and I was like, I said to him like, look, you don't have to lie to me. I know that wasn't great, but that's not what I do. I'm really sorry. And they were like, just genuinely, they were like, thank you for just not swearing and doing the stuff you did, because we've booked people who just go like, well, you shouldn't have booked me, and walk on and just do it. And I'm like, that. So I don't know, like. I think if there's been a bit of a misbooking, it's a different story. But if I turn up to a club gig and a promoter was like, I want you to do this. I used to have someone who told me to do that. They would be like, hey, can you do this bit and do this? And it's like, no, you get what I decide to do.
So being real now, if I say to you on your gig, there's one section of your thing is risque, I think. I'm not gonna say it now.
Suicide bit.
Yeah. If I say not to do it, you still do it if you feel the mood.
I'm gonna open with it. No,
you can't open with it. Surely, fuck me. No. You'll lose people straight off the bat.
No. I wouldn't do. I wouldn't. What am I doing? 15 minutes?
Yeah, 15, maybe 20.
20.
The whole routine's cool. Like the whole thing's cool. It's just that you think, wow, I just don't want to like. That's why I booked you anyway. I know. I know.
I understand with that bit. Do you know what that bit has? It's got a few complaints. The thing you find in comedy, yeah, people really don't complain necessarily about jokes. You know what people complain about? They say they were thrown out for laughing when it was like, no, you were thrown out for talking.
Right.
And people will start complaining. People complain about. Actually, to be fair, I do. Do you want me to read a complaint off my phone?
No. You're cool. You're cool.
Because I have got one big complaint.
About what? You mean about your jokes?
No, but yeah, about when I did a Prism nightclub in Leeds.
Go on then, if you want. Was it recent?
Yeah, it was last Christmas. I had a load of gigs pulled because of it.
Wow. You're proper controversial, innit?
Nah, bruv, not even. Like, I did a fucking shitty... I didn't even do a bad... I went on this gig and I was like, this is not the time and the place for me to have artistic integrity. That's not what I'm being paid for tonight. I'm being paid to do this fucking shitty Christmas. Christmas gigs are the worst kind of gigs you can do.
Yeah, we've had that conversation.
Yeah. So, like, just to let people listen know, like, if you walk out at a Christmas gig, you're kind of getting a bit of extra money for, like, we're so sorry what you're about to go through. Because it's like an office works party.
Yeah, no one's there for the true content of it's the wrappings of it rather than the actual true art.
The boss goes, we've got to take the people out somewhere, so we'll take them to a comedy club because the people at our office don't really get on. No one wants to talk to each other. And then, like, let's all get drunk and there's going to be food. And it might cost like £60 per head, you know, with the food and the drinks included and stuff. So everyone's making a bit of money, but then everyone's fucked.
Yeah, cool.
And you're walking on and you're like, all right, here we go. But yeah, no, I won't read it out, but I got one that was basically... They were just the kind of people that turned up to complain, and they got me pulled from a get. And I never said anything bad. I didn't say anything controversial. I'll tell you what I said was South Yorkshire Police were in, and they were making a fuss. South Yorkshire Police, yeah. And I walked on and I was like, hey, is everything cool at the back? And they were like shouting. I was like, oh, you guys out? You celebrating Christmas? What's your work party? And they went, we're South Yorkshire Police. And I went, oh, it's really good to have you here because it means the minorities of Leeds are safe tonight.
Fuckery.
I said that, innit?
I love that.
Got a big laugh. Then someone went and complained on their behalf.
Oh, Jesus.
Not even South Yorkshire Police complained. Someone complained on their behalf. And that got, yeah. My thoughts exactly. If I could make that sound, I would have.
Fuck the police. Sorry. I was saying that after a tune. Disclosure, we don't mean fuck the police. We love the police. Yeah. Okay, cool. So what are you doing over the next 7 days?
I'm doing quite a lot. I've got quite a lot. I'm recording a thing with your best mate tomorrow.
Oh, jeez, don't mention his name on my podcast. Fucking racist.
He's not a fucking racist.
Fucking prick.
No, you can't put that out there.
He's a prick.
Oh, no, you can't leave that in. He's my best mate.
Sam was your best mate. You left him to die.
Sam's real name was... Wait, that's you got it. So now you got to edit it out.
Anyway, not right. Yeah, and so where are you gigging this week?
Let's do this bit again.
So where
I'm starting a project with him. We can't have it out there that he's a fucking racist.
I'm just my snobby nose cunt. Right, so
snobby nose cunt's fair enough. He is a snobby nose cunt. But...
All right, so yeah, next 7 days. Where are you up to? Where are you gigging?
I'm gonna be. Let me just check my diary. I'm gonna be at like the Comedy Loft in Watford this next week, and I was meant to be doing a gig at Norwich Football Club, but I got pulled in September
because they're getting relegated.
Because they forgot that the person who booked it didn't realise they had a game on Friday.
Oh Jesus! You'd have been in the middle of the park. Was it the pitch with Delia? At half time.
But I got like I'm in Chorlton. I'm in Birmingham as of next week on the 6th and 7th. But also I will be doing. I'm so excited for this because I've been travelling up and down the country all the moment. Yeah. Right. So after I've done a gig in Oxford on the 14th, all my next gigs are in London for like 2 weeks, and then after I do the wonderful Strictly Laughter.
No, don't go after that. That's it. We'll go to Strictly Laughter.
All right.
we don't know how to. And at Christmas,
I'll tell you what, Mark. I know what you really want. I'm just doing your fucking gig, aren't I?
Oh, are you? Are you just doing my fucking gig over? On the Friday the 27th of March. Strictly Laughter.
There we go.
No, what you doing? What you doing?
No. It's cool. We'll just promote your fucking show.
Yes, please, let's promote it.
Let me come all the way to Stonebridge.
What do you mean? It's about the Stone Boys, isn't it? I don't know what they call these boys.
Who was that rapper who came from here who was like big for like 4 songs?
K Coke.
Yeah, what happened to him?
Who?
He's about still.
Is he?
About still, yeah.
You know
K Coke.
Yeah.
I'm too old.
You know those like people in grime who were like big, like just as grime was coming like. So
I was a grime artist.
And everyone was like, what happened to him?
What happened to him was he went to jail.
Okay, fair enough. That's a good excuse.
Came out. And he's here. He's
okay, fair
active.
enough.
I mean, I can't say.
No, he's doing bits. He's doing bits.
Yeah, man. He's good.
He's doing bits.
How do you? I never get these people who are like making it in rap and then go to jail. It's like, come on, man. Like,
it's all part of the lifestyle, isn't it?
yeah, but you've made a bit of money now. You know, like when Fredo was caught driving around with like 50 grand in cash and a knife, and he was showing it on Snapchat, and then he got caught, and it was like, what are you doing, you idiot? Like, why are you doing? You don't need to have a knife on you. You can employ people. Take some of that 50 grand and just employ people around you to stop. You can buy someone who has a gun. And like legitimately, you could probably buy someone to be a security guard who's like weapon. You could do that. Not a gun, maybe a taser. But like,
yeah, I get it.
yeah, thank you.
It's true.
Like,
he's thought about this already.
no, I haven't. I've never understood. Like when Bobby, or when they rap about fucking doing actual crimes, and then they get cited in court. And you're like, what did you think was going to happen when you mentioned that unsolved murder case?
Talking about that, have you got Netflix?
Yeah.
Netflix, Will?
Yeah, I do.
Have you been watching that thing called Stranger?
No, I ain't watched it.
Man, I need to talk to someone about that. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
I'm gonna get on it. I've been watching. I've been watching The Wire.
Oh, no,
I've never seen it before. I'm on season 2.
That's old school, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's good.
it's real good. And look at me I promote The Wire, that show that finished 12 years ago.
I saw him retweet it, whatever, on Instagram twice.
One of the most internationally acclaimed shows of all time, but I'm still plugging it.
What about you? Well, what are you doing for the next 7 days?
Filming. I'm shooting a music video. I'm shooting a couple documentaries and that.
Oh, nice. Anything that you can tell us about?
Not really. They're not out yet. But yeah, man.
What kind of documentary are these? Pornhub ones or?
No, it isn't a record. It's what I can say is it's about race in America.
Oh, wow.
I can say that.
Wow. Do you have to fly out there?
No. It's
We haven't got the budget.
So when's Reggie Yates' new documentary coming out? You know it's only going to be him, innit?
No,
you know it's just going to be him stood in like the Bronx somewhere, just going like, I'm just as surprised as you are. Thanks, Reggie. Thank God they made this documentary again.
I love that. It's so real. It's so real.
Is America racist? Nah.
No, man, definitely not.
What have you been up to, Mark? Yeah?
What have I been up to? So, as you know, I said last week I was going to salsa. Loved it. Yeah, I learned a lot. So, I don't know if you lot know. Do you remember the Heartless crew? Do you remember that?
No. Heartless.
Yeah, Heartless. Big tune. Heartless. So, the DJ, DJ Fonty, is actually a salsa teacher. Sick. Honestly sick. And I've been saying to him, since I went to America, where we spoke about, and I met a Puerto Rican lady, and we went to a salsa club and that, and she showed me some moves, and I was like, when I came back to England, I was like, I just want to go salsa. So anyway, spoke to my friend, and we went to one of his classes, and it was unbelievable. Like, just watching the top people salsa is amazing.
Yeah.
And just like, I don't know, we was just like, I don't know how to even say it. Like, it was good. It was a good class. Me and my mate went, and we're going back this week. So I can't wait to,
It is good.
show some of the moves.
I used to go out with a girl who, I went on a few dates with a girl who'd won like the world salsa. So she'd won like some ballroom dancing and like salsa competition.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did she teach you how to?
Absolutely not.
I can see you though. Nice. Was it Cumberland and?
Mark, you know me. You know I made every topic about that date be about me. Really, you're a world champion. I told you about a goal I scored.
When I was 7 for Selhurst. No one saw it, but.
I once nearly completed the crossbar challenge.
You should have been here. You should be here on episode 1 because we was talking about dating horrors and stuff like that. So that would have been cool. Fiona, she's not here, unfortunately. She's busy working for our listeners that was tuning in to see or hear Fiona. She'll be boxing on the 20th of March.
Oh, best of luck to her. Class.
Yeah, I mean, to sort of finish it all off, Tyson Fury smashed up Deontay Wilder.
Wait, because I see that for black people in America during Black History Month in America. Ooh.
That's not a good thing.
He walked out, and did you see like he had like all like I was saying to my dad when we were watching it when he had like Harriet Tubman and stuff in the background, but then he's just dressed like this Avenger, and I was like, how are you trying to...
I never saw that. You know, I watched it on links. That was dry.
But we're doing because like I know everyone in the UK celebrating that.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, like he's one of us, isn't it? Yeah. Like, so he's pretty. But who do you think is going to win then out of AJ and Fury?
Fury. But
are you gassed though from what you saw in that performance? Because if we said before part 2 of Wilder and Fury, would you have said the same thing?
Yeah, I don't think. All right, this is going to be controversial. I used to be a big AJ fan, but I think he got found out.
Talking about AJ Tracy or
no. Anthony Joshua. I just don't think he's. I don't even think he'd beat Wilder. I don't think he'd beat Wilder. I don't think he wants to face Wilder. I think he's like the British boxing icon, or he was the British boxing icon, and Eddie Hearn knew that, and so was throwing him in against people where they could have that Mayweather effect of keeping the O. He's lost that O to Ruiz, a guy who fucking got the fight through an Instagram DM. Not even kidding.
Serious?
Yep. Because his actual opponent dropped out last minute, right?
Yeah. I didn't know it was through Instagram. Did he retweet it as well?
So I don't think AJ would. I think they'll do Wilder Fury again next, but they'll just have to do it in the UK. Fury's got it in his contract that they can have a rematch.
Yeah, it's up to 5.
Wilder, sorry.
I did tell you this, didn't it? It's 5 matches they can go up to. There can be 5 of them.
But they're good. They're fun matches.
But would you watch like part 4, like part 5?
If Fury walks out and smacked up Wilder again,
that's it. It's done.
But this is the thing. They shouldn't have there shouldn't be a rematch because of the way he lost.
Yeah, he smashed him up.
Do you know what I mean? Like you can't lose your belt like that. It was embarrassing. Like
it's all about game plan though. That's what I think boxing's about. You come in the right game plan. Like if Tyson Fury done that beforehand, he would have won that fight. Do you see what I'm trying to say? But he came with a different plan, and everyone says you haven't got you got no punching power, blah blah blah. And he came in and went, actually, I have now, and then beat him. So
Fury's greatest weapon is that he makes out like he's this mad cunt, and he's really not.
He's a nice guy.
Not even that he's a nice guy. Like he's so disciplined when he fights. He doesn't like walk out there. You think he's gonna walk out and he's this mad like Gypsy King who's coming out. No, he's just really disciplined. He jabs, he moves, he dips and weaves, he gets out of the way of everything. That's really disciplined. That isn't like, and then everyone's like, oh, he's this mad bastard coming in. He's totally not. I say with my very limited boxing knowledge.
No, but you've boxed in Muay Thai as well, you said?
Yeah. I fought Muay Thai. I'm trying to fight again in May, but I don't know if I can be bothered.
This May, yeah?
Yeah. But it's just training. It's finding a time to train, man. Because it's like getting down to a decent weight and stuff. And like at the weight I am in a moment, I would be not. If I got fucking hit by the weight that people cut down to for this weight, I'd be in trouble. Like I wouldn't want to fight at this weight.
Well, what about me fighting at my weight? Jesus Christ.
You say that there's a guy in my gym, Kieran. If you looked at him, you'd be like, oh, he's not in shape in that. This guy's got some of the best cardio I've seen, and Jesus Christ, his power. Oh my God, it's scary.
I could surprise you with a few skipping. Well, I can skip it now. I'm very good at
do a bit of your salsa as well. Yeah.
Oh right, I knew that was coming up. I was like, he's just waiting. The footwork's there, bro. Hey, my footwork is there. Remember, I played football, so like the footwork's there. Like, I watched the big guy, you know. The skinny guy was there once ago. Don't worry about him. Once ago, many moons ago. So listen, we're gonna wrap it up anyway. Elliot Steel, you've been absolutely amazing.
Oh, it's been a pleasure.
You've been amazing, mate. Honestly, it's been really good to have you on, mate. Hopefully, we'll get you in next week. But yeah, it's been great. I think we've spoken about everything that we could do.
Oh, we've done a 3-hour
podcast. I know, but you know, when you're with your pal and that, like the only thing that's missing was a couple of cans of beer and barbecue and a couple of ladies and sangria and all that. No, thank you really. And what is all your details, please?
On Instagram at Elliott Steel, on Twitter at ElliotSteelCom. Give me a follow on there.
Yeah, please follow my boy. He's good. And remember, the next 7 days, not the whole month that he was reading out. Yeah, follow. he had the common decency to have a go at me to say he was reading out a whole month of listings, and I'm like, the 7 days, just 7 days. But listen, remember the Friday the 27th of March, Strictly Laughter with KURD, FERN, BRADY, Jamel, Kazeem, and your main man right here, Eliott Steel with Gary DELANEY. I mean, what more do you want? All right, I'm going to just I don't know why everyone's got up and just gone.
Really need to go for a piss.
That's just real. Elliot's just real. I'm gonna play the outro. Oh, wow, that's loud. Hold on. Sorry about that, people. But yeah, so I'm playing the outro now. Add us. Can everyone hear me? Add us on Facebook at Strictly Laughter, on Instagram at Strictly Laughter at Strictly_Laughter, Twitter. I never used that, to be fair. And yeah, Strictly Banta on your social medias. And that's it. That is it. Thank you so much, people, for another week. That's all I've got to say. Bye-bye.
Hey, it's your boy Marc Strictly here, and we're here to talk about Strictly Laughter. Yes, Strictly Laughter on Friday the 27th of March. And we've got a massive lineup. We've got Gary DELANEY. Yes, we've got Gary DELANEY from Live at Apollo and Mock of the Week. We've also got KURD, FERN, BRADY, Elliot Steel and Kazeem Jamel. I cannot wait. All at the Dugdale Theatre in Enfield. Where'd you get your tickets from? I hear you ask. We get your tickets from www.strictlylaughter.com, where we're on our second release and very, very limited tickets at that. See you soon.